Alright everyone, Cowboy Trades here, welcome back to the channel for another update on GalaGames. So, this is going to be a super quick video, and this is going to be one of the last warnings that I give you for GalaGames until we come down to our next macro price target. So, 7 days ago, we made a new video. GalaGames is going to 1 cent sooner than you think. What was my price target? Well, it's in the title. As you can imagine, I do believe that we're going to come down to 1 cent. So what has changed in the past 7 days, which has required for me to make a new quick update? Well, it's not even the fact that since this video came out, the price has dropped more than 22%. In fact, it's down 22% since the video, but it dropped almost 29% in a week. It's not the fact that we've got a bearish engulfing candle. It is the fact that we are now falling beneath the listing price on basically every exchange that has GalaGames listed, apart from maybe KuCoin, which listed it at a stupidly cheap level just beneath 1 cent, which is of course our price target in the immediate short term for GalaGames. Let me make sure that target is back down here. So here's where things get really ugly, and we gave you a heads up about this in the most recent video. We talked about, hey, look at the volume profiles. You know, basically we've encompass the volume from down here all the way down to what's happening here. So we're just looking at all the volume that's been traded on GalaGames in the past. Now, there is a tremendous, or there still is a tremendous amount of data that was traded around these ranges. And, you know, what do you know? We spent time lollygagging here. We spent time lollygagging here. When we broke down to this volume cluster, we spent time trading here. There was a volume cluster here, which we spent a long time trading. What happens when you come into areas where there's no previous data traded? In a bull market, you see straight lines to the upside. In a bear market, you see straight lines to the downside. Now, we are falling into an area where there is absolutely no previous data traded for GalaGames. And when I say no previous data, I just mean it was a straight line up. There was no support built out. If we come over to the daily time frame, I mean, you can see this there, but beneath this floor at not this floor, beneath this floor over here, encompassing these lows, it is a straight run to the upside in the bull market. And of course, now we're coming back down to it. There is no support built down at these levels, and I do think we're going to start nuking. Now, there is like one final touch point, one final line in the sand before we fall into absolute oblivion, and that is 1.8 cent. And what do you know, we have bounce from this, and it looks like we are heading up. I'm going to talk about the oscillators in just 1 second, talking about how high this bounce can go. Excuse my voice, I do have a bit of a cold right now. But this is really the warning, and it doesn't need to be too complicated. We're falling into an area where there's no data traded on the volume profiles, and you can see what happens when you come into an area where there's no data traded. It is going to be smooth sailing all the way down to our 1 cent price target. I honestly think we're going to be here within the next few weeks. Now, another way of spinning this is also another super bearish signal that we didn't actually talk about in our last video, and that is the fact that, you know, when you scroll through these exchanges that have GalaGames listed, for example, Binance listed it down here at 2 cent, we've fallen beneath the list price. This is an extremely bearish signal. When you have a crypto that's listed, especially altcoins, in my opinion, I talk about this all the time on the channel, I don't believe any altcoins have any real world utility. I know, throw rocks through my window if you want. I think Bitcoin's the only crypto with any utility. That doesn't mean that we can't make money on trading altcoins. It does just mean that I don't think any altcoins have utility. What do I think move altcoins then? Fundamentals? No. The promise of fundamentals, that's hype, pumpermentals, and tokenomics. These are what move the markets. And what we talked about in our most recent video is the fact that the tokenomics are dragging GalaGames down. I mean, just look at the fully diluted market cap, 690 million, compared to the market cap of 136 million. This basically just means that there are tons of new tokens flowing into the market at all times. And we also talked about the inflation rate. I believe it's roughly 80 to 90% per year. And of course, we're in a bear market. I mean, there's not 80 to 90% more money coming into GalaGames every year. It's not even staying the same. So money's flowing out of the market. Tokens are getting printed. The tokenomics are not looking good. The hype is dying, which means the fundamentals are not good. And, you know, of course, the promise of fundamentals is just not looking too good in the bear market at this moment in time. But let's look at the ICOs, or not ICOs, sorry, not initial coin offerings. Let's look at the listing for GalaGames on all of these exchanges. So you can see over here, over on Binance, we're falling beneath the listing price at 2 cent. If we come over to KuCoin, like we said in this chart, this is probably the only one that listed it beneath 1 cent or so. There might be another one or two, but, you know, in general, I've got a good amount of charts for GalaGames, and a lot of them, this is Binance once again, beneath the listing price. I need to organize my charts a little bit better. So this is Binance against Tether US, and you can see that they listed at just above 2 cent, and we're falling beneath the list price. You can see over here, GALA on Binance, but perpetual futures contracts was listed over here, and we were, fell beneath this long ago, and you can really see what happened once we once again fell back beneath this listing price. You can see a previous example of what happens when you're on a massive bull run, hypes there, everyone's making money, and then everyone who bought it when it listed on Binance is now not making money. They start to sell, that starts to create more panic in the market, so we're beneath this listing price. Over on Coinbase, we're long beneath this listing price, but like I said, some of the OG exchanges, some of the OG ones, like, the Binance US dollar pair, these are starting to fall beneath the listing price. So it's not looking good for GalaGames. That's pretty much all I wanted to update you on at this moment in time. You can also see, if we do come over to the oscillators, they're not looking good right now. Squeeze momentum indicator is strongly turning down. And I do normally look at the stochastic RSI and the MFI, but look how broken they are. GalaGames has just broken these oscillators. So let's look at the stochastic RSI. So stochastic RSI bottomed here, right, at 15, and it went on a massive run to the upside. So, price obviously must have followed the oscillator, right? No, look at this. The oscillator, the squeeze momentum indicator, started flipping bullish when price was at 3 cent. Did the price go up? No, it just continued to bleed down. But the tops line up for this quite well. You can see stochastic over here as well. We bottomed in price, right? But no, you continue to break to the downside. But you can see the tops in the stochastic here and here. The tops on the stochastic are well called, but because GALA's just in such a brutal landslide to the downside right now, it's basically breaking all of these oscillators. And I've seen this happens before. This normally happens when you break beneath listing prices. Oscillators just get so confused and beat down. Obviously, oscillators, they don't know whether you're in a bear market or a bull market. They just kind of tell you how overextended the market is or not. We're a long way away from the MFI price, and there has been times. Once again, this is another example of when it's just broken. The MFI bottom down here, right, at 15, went on a massive run to the upside. We must have had a super bullish rally, right? No, we went from like 2.4 cent to 2.8 cent, and then we started nuking to the downside. In a previous example, you can see over here, MFI did actually work on this scenario. We had a nice run to the upside. Over here, MFI bottomed, went on a massive run to the upside. Price surely followed, right? No, we chopped sideways for a bit and then broke down to the downside. So I've seen this happen a few times before. I've seen what happens when altcoins particularly fall beneath their listing price, and when the oscillators start to break, that is a telltale sign that you should be extremely worried if you're in this market at this moment in time. As you know, I've been sitting on the sidelines for GALA. I've never bought a single GALA token. I haven't even made any trades for GalaGames before. Or maybe I have in the past, but maybe it was like 5-6 months ago and I've forgotten about it. I don't really trade GalaGames. GalaGames is a token that I may consider picking up for the purpose of pumpermentals, because I do believe at some point, potentially in the next cycle, maybe NFT gaming is still a thing, even though right now the hype is really dying for that. Don't believe me, go watch my previous video. Don't believe me, NFT hype is dying, NFT gaming hype is dying. Go on Google Trends, type in NFT gaming, type in, Web3 gaming, type in any of these things, and you'll see on Google Trends, that the hype is really not there at this moment in time. So I really can't even rely on the oscillators to tell me that there's a bounce coming, because the oscillators are just broken at this moment in time. However, there's a lot of mint prices round about, not mint prices, sorry, like I said, I've got a cold, so I'm just doing my best to, not mint prices, listing prices. There's a lot of listing prices around about 2 cent, and this 2 cent target also correlates to basically, well, we said 1.8 cent technically, so if you really want to hold on for dear life, you really want to hold on to the hope that potentially we have a strong bounce coming, 1.8 cent, keep your eyes on it. As soon as we lose that, as soon as GalaGames starts breaking beneath this low that it made at 1.789 cent, it is absolutely boned, in my opinion. Now you can see we're currently retesting a 1.618 Fibonacci at 1.97 cent, basically 2 cent, and you can also see the range lows where there's a decent amount of volume traded in this range over here start to come in at 2 cents. So we're basically at 1.95. We either, in my opinion, have already topped out, or we're going to see a slight push up to 2.1, 2.2 cent before that next major meltdown to, of course, the price target I've been talking about for a while, all the way down here at 1 cent. You have been warned. GalaGames is really, really holding on for dear life at this moment in time. That's all I've got for you for this video, my friends. As always, if you do enjoy the content, make sure to let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. Share the videos with your friends. It's been your boy Cowboy Trades. I'm out. Peace.